Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind Sports and Entertainment. A little bit of entertainment, a little bit of bite down boxing presented by Pay Me No Mind. See, I gotta wipe my. I came in to work today to get out the house for a minute. Had some stuff I needed to get from the office, so I am out and about. And it's just an interesting world. It's an interesting vibe in the world right now. But anyway, man, I hope you and yours are safe and healthy and, doing things the right way according to, all of the information that's out there. Look, entertainment-wise, man, Run the Jewels, LP, and Killer Mike, two of one of my favorite entities or acts. Maybe acts is the best word. My favorite act in all of hip hop right now. I respect all of these other big projects that I've been talking about lately with Jadakiss, Jay Electronica, and Jay Z, the Royce the 5'9". That's all of that stuff is great. It's thoughtful, it's intelligent rap. Dudes with big thoughts and introspection and philosophies, understandings of the world and all of that. And I love all of that, man. But Run the Jewels is just like interesting ass production and just not the slickest bars or all of that stuff, but just spit, man, just rap, just rhyme. We don't need no preaching, and I don't need no self-help and encouragement, man. Just take it back to the old school and just rap, and you could just have fun with Run the Jewels. So they had to join the Yankee and the Brave. They put that out there on their Instagram account. Definitely on LP's. I'm not sure if Killer Mike had it or not, but on LP's Instagram, the album RTJ 4, I guess, is getting ready to come out. I guess they're just waiting. They'll mess around and just release it on the side and let you just download it and donate. But the Yankee and the Brave was the first cut. Love that one. That one is hot. And then the newest one I just heard before I hit record on this was Ooh La La with a little sample from back in the day with Greg Nice, and I guess DJ Premier is on there as well. So I only listened to that one twice. Much different production than the Yankee and the Brave or Yankee and the Brave. But for the leadoff cut, the leadoff tracks, and to get the album vibing, I'm excited, man. Like I said, Run the Jewels is just good fun hip hop. Yeah, it's a little reckless. It's offensive, it's vulgar and all of that type of stuff. But like I said, it's nothing wrong with just being over the top and just being ludicrous, basically, but not really, talking about dope and killing and killing people, or killing dudes. It's good to just, like I said, to just have some fun, listen to something creative, and rock with it. And like I said, I don't know if LP does all of the beats. You don't get album covers anymore, so I can be up on that. But I just love the sound that they bring, man. It's not like restricted to any or confined to any region or anything. It's just like an organized noise, literally an organized confusion. So that's that. Boxing wise, I got to get ready to get out of here, man. I just heard Olympic USA boxing team member Keyshawn Davis, arguably the most talented dude on the team. He was just on the Akim Barak show on Sirius XM's Fight Nation channel, and he was speaking to, with the Olympics. Well, it was official. It was made. According to him, it was made official today that it could be pushed back to 2021. And he's a guy who was on the cusp of, obviously I don't think you can say he was a shoo-in, but he is a very talented fighter. And so the thinking was, he laid it out there. His plan was to, go compete, try to get that gold medal, and then after that announce that he was going pro after getting back, and then seeing where things took him in terms of who picked him up and how he got scheduled and all of that. But now he's in this quandary to, this kind. He said he kind of talked around it a little bit. I guess on his Instagram account, he announced that he was turning pro. But obviously right now, like, what sense would it even make to turn pro? There's, nothing is moving. Nobody's fighting. Nobody has dates. But he said he was contacted by some people. He said he was contacted by the Zone. And, he just said his family hopes that he stays amateur and goes through with the Olympic process. But, he's a guy with options, and he's kind of just toying around with, what he wants to do. One, would be obvious was if he could get some good information on whether or not, what the time frame is for the Olympics to actually be held, the games to be held. He also just mentioned, he said he was a fan of doing retrials because he was hopeful that some friends, he mentioned two guys, Troy and Kelvin or something. I'm not familiar with them by first name, but he mentioned that, he was up for retrials because it would give his partners a chance to get back on the team and join, him in the trip. And then other than that, he just said, he was trying, he just said he was disappointed. And he was kind of dealing with the uncertainty of what was going on until they made the decision. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how old he is, man, 19, 20, 21 or whatever. But it's interesting to hear these younger kids, these younger guys and younger females, how they approach these decisions compared to the kids, the athletes out there, the young athletes out there that are weighing going to college, and signing in different schools and whatnot, and how they go through that process versus what's now happening with these guys, in amateur boxing and how they proceed. So that was interesting. Lastly, one of the in the pro ranks, one of the stories I saw was Buddy McGirt. This is on BoxingScene.com. Buddy McGirt was speaking to, he said he could help Deontay Wilder in the trilogy, and he said if anybody can beat Fury, it's definitely Wilder. Well, not definitely wasn't a part of it, but he said it was Wilder, and that he can help him do it. And I don't know, man. I got to take his word. He didn't come out on what his pointers would be or what his areas to adjust and to improve would be. But he just said, he saw some things that had him encouraged. So I guess the takeaway is, will he reach out to get involved? Secondly, will Wilder hear this and invite him in? McGirt did work with Kovalev and steered him, to revenge or to avenge his loss to Eliator Alvarez, and then to get the comeback victory against Yard to secure the Kovalev, the Canelo Alvarez fight. So could he replicate that, that type of success with the Deontay Wilder? Also factoring in, now looking at it, that the trilogy fight is no longer on for the end of July. It's being discussed for possibly October if things do turn around with the COVID-19 situation. And, I think that bodes well for Deontay Wilder. But it'll be interesting. I talked about this earlier, but I didn't post the video. But, how will Wilder approach going back to work? Will he wait for, boxing to resume before he gets back in the gym? Or will he be proactive and go and do some things on his own, and trying to sharpen up some things, being more receptive to coaching and training and tips and pointers and whatnot, and, sharpening up different aspects of his game. Cause that's kind of, that would be indicative kind of a change in how he goes about his business. You know, whether or not you had to have a date in place to get started, or whether or not you initiate training according to your own schedule and your own objectives, you know, and your own timeline for this fight. So I think that's kind of something to consider. McGirt, I think same thing, similar to Kovalev, you know, coach and preach patience. I don't think Wilder could. One of the prevailing schools of thought in boxing is that class shows over time, which creates a problem for the Deontay, because I don't think he's capable of stopping Fury within 2 or 3 rounds or 4 rounds. We know Fury said 2 and then went to 7 in this rematch, but I don't see him knocking Fury out in a handful of rounds. So if you go into the second half of the fight, you know, how do you change things or improve your chances? And so, you know, I'm just thinking it would be patience. Like I don't think he can fight in rhythm or let Fury get in his rhythm and fight. I don't think that bodes well for him. But I think you got to break this thing up into pieces, man, and figure out, you know, how can Wilder, with what he does with the toolbox that he has, with his style of fighting, like how can you find a way to win minutes and then to make minutes equate or result in rounds won, and then you get to the second half of the fight, you haven't completely given away the rounds on the cards, and then maybe you can start looking for the heavier, you know, to get Fury out of there. But what I'm thinking is, for example, is, you know, maybe there's I think you work on the jab more, you know, double jab and jab to jab. Don't jab to set up the right hand. Jab to score. And jab to vary your attack, you know. Double jab and just move. You know, back out and reset. Do that a few times. Then maybe work in a feint. Then double jab and then bring the right hand. But add more to it. But I'm saying, can you land maybe the best power punch of the round? Can you be successful with the jab? Jab to the body, obviously. And then maybe a body shot, a left hook with a left hook to the body or something. And then just dance around a little bit. Clinch. Use some clinching to burn some time. To break up, you know, Fury's rhythm. We know Fury's probably gonna be heavier and bigger. But what I'm saying is, get to, you know, a point in the round where you've kind of clearly, maybe it's narrow, but you've won the round. And then maybe you do some other things to secure that round and get back to the corner with the last good thing that you did being what the judges remember, and you win that round. I just think, you know, like I said, looking for the knockout, looking for being perfect for 2 seconds, burn that. Like, throw that out completely. Find a way to win some rounds. Find a way to not let the damage accumulate to where you're weakened or degraded or diminished, and give yourself a chance in the second half, and maybe maybe you've frustrated Fury a little bit and created some openings. Like I said, maybe if you don't worry about the big right hand for 2 or 3 rounds, and you get into the 8th or 9th round, and then you bring that out, maybe you lull him to sleep a little bit, make him forget about that threat, and then come back with it. So, like I said, man, this would be things for McGirt if he was to be in the camp. I'm assuming, like I said, he would work on positioning, you know, being out of range, maybe knocking down some shots defensively. You know, like I said, I don't know how much can be changed, but, you know, some different things, some little small changes could be implemented. Like I said, if you're trying to knock down shots versus expecting Deontay Wilder to move more, be on his toes, that's probably not going to happen. But, managing that range a lot better. And, and disrupting Fury's rhythm. I was watching the replays the other night, and Fury's just in rhythm, doing what he wants to do. He's doing quite a bit without even landing punches and just making life complicated for Deontay Wilder. Get him on his heels a bit, even if that's not literally, backing Fury up, but give him some things to be concerned with. And to close, I guess that's just wherein the problem lies for me with looking at the trilogy is I really just didn't see anything. And watching those two fights, the first two fights back to back, I really just don't see much that I feel that Wilder can do to make life miserable or challenging for Fury. I mean, he's feigning as he wants, he's jabbing as he wants. And honestly, the knockout shots from the first fight, I just don't see him even making that mistake again. Like, he knows, he's aware of that, and he got caught in two bad moments. I don't even see him allowing that to happen again. So, anyway, that's all I got for right now, man. Bite Down Boxing, don't let them count you out. Let me know if you check out that that new RTJ, or if you're even a fan of Run the Jewels. Stay safe, be healthy, and be smart. 1.